Hey everyone, it's Greg, and it's another edition of Unbreakable podcast. It is Monday, December 18th, 1 week until Christmas. Well, tonight's the big game, Eagles Seattle. And I don't know, I keep going back and forth on this game. I mean, how can we assess this game when we really don't know who's playing, who's not, right? Jalen Hurts has been sick. He was downgraded to questionable for the game, but he did make the trip out to Seattle. He took a separate plane, a private plane, because he didn't want to get the team sick. They're not saying what's wrong with him, but I mean, he's sick, right? My feeling is even if he does play, which I would think he would, seeing number one, he needs a trip out there, and number two, the Eagles are in somewhat of a down spiral, and it's Monday Night Football. I would think that Hurts is going to give it a go. But how effective is he going to be, right? I mean, I'm sure if he's not confident that he could play, he's not going to play. But how well is he going to play under these circumstances? It was already going to be a tough game. I mean, Seattle is tough. Regardless of the fact that the Eagles haven't beaten Seattle since 2008. Yes, there are different players in each team, of course. The one constant since then is Pete Carroll, the coach of the Seahawks. He does a really good job of getting his teams motivated and ready to play, especially if they're underdogs, especially at home, where they have a 20-7 record as underdogs in the last 15 or so years. It was already going to be a tough game. I've seen and heard people predicting it's going to be an easy Eagles win. No stress at all. I don't believe it. I hope so. I would hope the Eagles are going to have not only win, but have an easy time of it. Number one, the Eagles haven't had an easy win all year long. Why are they going to have an easy win? You know, with the team injured, Slay's not going to play, Zach Cunningham is not going to play. As we said, we don't know about Hurts. Why are they going to have an easy win in Seattle with that crowd and that weather? And I just don't see it. I just don't see it. I hope it happens. I just think the people who are thinking it's going to be an easy Eagles victory are foolish. I hope it's an Eagles victory, I really do. I hate to sound so pessimistic. And I think they will win. They are the better team. They are 10-3. I think they're going to be up for this game, knowing that they've laid an egg the last 2 weeks against, which is no shame, against San Francisco, who are showing themselves to be the class, not only of the NFC, but of football and the Cowboys. I think the Eagles will win tonight, but again, as I said, my prediction is 27-24 Eagles. But would I be surprised if the Seahawks won? No, I wouldn't be surprised. But they have questions on there. We don't know if Geno Smith is going to play. I heard that he had a regression in his health over the weekend, and Drew Lock was play. So, I mean, the two things I'm pretty sure of with this game. I think it's going to go under the total. In fact, the total is dropping. It was 48. I believe it's down to 43 the last I looked. And that's in anticipation of Hurts not playing. Geno Smith not playing. indicates that Marcus Mariota is playing for the Eagles, I would think that the Eagles are going to want to run the ball more. Now we, isn't it ironic that now we may get the Eagles to run the ball more? I think DeAndre Swift is going to have a big game up there. Seattle's not very good against the run, but then again, they're not really good against the pass either. And I would think that A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Dallas Goedert would all have good games out there if Jalen Hurts is under center. So, and the one player I fear on Seattle is DK Metcalf, because he always torches the Eagles. He just, he's a big receiver, fast, he's hard to handle. And let's be real, our secondary is in shambles right now. It is. I don't know how they're going to stop Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. I would think one way is the Eagles have to get a pass rush. They have to. We say this every week. The Eagles must get a pass rush. They must get some sacks. They must hurry the Seattle quarterbacks. They have to. Otherwise, that secondary is going to be hung out to dry. So that's a must. I mean, regardless, we've said it before, whoever wins the turnover battle, the Eagles just don't force enough turnovers. And yet, on their side of the ball, they're committing way too many turnovers than they should. So that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of unknowns in this game too. I don't think anyone can say this is going to be an easy victory for the Eagles or Seattle, because we just don't know what's going to happen to them. So let's hope that Jalen Hurts plays. Let's hope that the Eagles somehow, some way play well. Isn't it interesting that Matt Patricia apparently is taking over calling the defensive plays? Sean Desai is still technically the defensive coordinator, but they've kicked his butt up to the booth. Patricia's going to be on the sidelines. Either way it goes down, whether Patricia is a help or not to the defense, I guess you've got to try. If you're not satisfied with the defense, I just don't know if this action is coming from Nick Sirianni or whether it's coming from the powers that be above him. Because earlier in the week, last week, Sirianni expressed his confidence in both of his coordinators. Now they're changing. I mean, what are they supposed to do? Go back to the side? I mean, especially if the Eagles defense plays well. I just don't, to me, it's the beginning of the end for him. Because how can you have confidence? How can you have faith in your defensive coordinator when you are taking the play calling this away from him? I mean, it's stupid. He is just a figurehead at this point in time. So, to me, the Eagles are in a bit of disarray right now. That's why I hesitate saying they're going to win tonight, because, I mean, they're making this trip across the country and they're not playing good ball. We've seen that the last few weeks. They just are not playing good ball. So, let's see what happens tonight. Hopefully the Eagles come out with a win and go 11-3. Stay ahead of the Cowboys, who lost yesterday. Wasn't that great? It was really great to see the Cowboys get their butts kicked up in Buffalo. We kind of had an idea that was going to happen. Buffalo's been hot. It's a tough place to play up there. So, it was good to see them lose the way they did. They're just an arrogant organization. And it's not bad to see them get humbled a little bit. They have a tough game next week, too. They have to go down to Miami and play the Dolphins down there. So not easy. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens tonight with the Birds. I also have to say that the Sixers are playing tonight. They're playing the Chicago Bulls, and they've won 6 in a row. So they're playing really well, and they're crushing these teams. They're not just beating them, they're crushing them. Now, as we said, Chicago, they're not a bad team, but they're not a good team, sort of in the middle. They should put up more of a challenge than the Pistons and the Wizards and the Hornets did. But the Sixers are on a roll right now. You have to give them credit, especially Joel Embiid. He's going for another game where he scores 30 points and grabs at least 10 rebounds. He's 6 games away from tying the all-time record. He's gone 11 games in a row, I believe, of scoring 30 and grabbing at least 10 rebounds. So he's playing really well. It's going to be a channel surfing night between the Sixers starting at 7. Should be able to get the first half in, and then the Eagles start. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to watch our local sports together. Phillies over the weekend. We're waiting. There should be a decision soon on Yamamoto, Japanese pitcher. He should be making up his mind where he's going to sign any day now. Everyone's courting him. The Dodgers, apparently over the weekend, he had second meetings with the Mets and the Yankees. The Phillies did a meeting with him, and apparently Bryce Harper FaceTimed him, and he made his pitch to Yamamoto. So let's see what happens. It would be great if this guy's only 25, signed on with the Phils, solidify that rotation with Zach Wheeler and Aaron Nola. So we'll see. And the Flyers are playing great. They are meeting all expectations and more so on what they're doing this year. They're a fun team to watch, and they work hard. Hey, I got to tell you, last night, me and Holly went to see Peter Noon, the great Peter Noon, at Sellersville Theater. His Christmas show, and it's always a fun show to see him. He has so much energy. He's 76 years old, and he's just a ball of energy up on the stage for an hour and a half. He is just so much fun, and he interacts with the crowd really well. He's a funny guy. He's really and he can still sing, you know. And his Christmas show, Herman's Hermits hits, along with a sprinkling of Christmas songs too. So if you ever get the chance to see him, by all means, I highly recommend it. He's a lot of fun to see. He does about over 100 shows a year, and he's all over the country. And a lot of fun, especially if you like 60s music. He does some cover tunes in his show, Love Potion #9. And he's just a really good entertainer, really good. So that was a lot of fun. Even though we had to battle this storm. What about this storm, huh? Oh my God. I think it's stopping finally here in southeastern Pennsylvania. It was brutal coming home, and it was brutal overnight. The floods and the winds, and we lost power a few times here. Luckily, we got it back. But yeah, you know, it's a nor'easter, and apparently we're going to get more of those now that El Nino has changed the weather pattern. It looks like we're going to get more nor'easters this winter, and we were just lucky this time that the air here in Pennsylvania wasn't cold enough to support snow. Or or else we would have got over 2 feet of snow here easily, all in one shot. So I guess we're due, right? And hey, you need some snow in the wintertime, right? I mean, it does purify the air, clean the air, and it's good for the grass and the flowers and the trees. And it is what it is, right? And so we'll see what happens. Hey, only 1 week until Christmas. I hope everybody's having a good time out there. The malls are packed, from what I hear, and everyone's getting down to the nitty gritty this week. This is one of my favorite weeks of the year. Christmas is great. Christmas Day itself, and in between Christmas and New Year's, fun time, fun to go visiting, to go to Christmas parties, just to hang out at home. It's really a nice time of the year. But I love the week before Christmas and the weeks before Christmas. All the hustle and bustle, and it's just a fun time of the year. I gotta say, usually around Christmas time, people are more friendly. They're smiling more. Although, it was kind of funny going to the show last night. It was a sold out show, by the way. And so many people I ran into weren't very happy. And you have to feel for those people. You have to say, well, there must be some maybe some sadness in their life. The holidays aren't a happy time for everybody. It's a sad time of the year. Too, if you're remembering loved ones who aren't with you anymore, if you're depressed, maybe you've lost your job. Sometimes the holidays can be really a downtime of the year for people. But so I guess we always have to keep that in mind in case we happen to come upon someone who isn't very merry this time of the year, So, but I do love it, and I am grateful for all the blessings in my life, as we wind down the year and we reflect back on the old year and look forward to the new. And I'm a very lucky guy to have people who love me and to be still kicking and relatively healthy, So it could be worse. That's what I always say. So I hope everybody has a great day. Stay safe out there. The rain will be ending, and hopefully we're going to dry out and we're going to have a nice week. I hope so too. And go Eagles tonight. Beat the Seahawks and start turning it around again, huh? That would be great. I hate to think of what it's going to be like around these parts if the Eagles lose tonight. Oh, my God. The sky will be falling. Ah. But, we take our football seriously around here. And we love our teams and we love our Eagles. And we're very passionate about the birds. So let's hope we win so we can avoid all that negativities. All right, everyone, take care. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll see you next time. Bye for now. Take it.